Let's make a delicious mulberry upside down cake using fresh mulberries harvested from my potted mulberry tree. This is my mulberry tree. The variety of this tree is called the dwarf everbearing, or sometimes it's just called everbearing mulberry tree. And I'm growing it in a container. It's growing in a 20-gallon grow bag. And this tree is on its third season with me. I planted this back in the spring of 2024. So 2024 and then the spring of 2025. Yeah, it's on its third season with me. And it has grown so much. And this year is the year that I'm finally getting a really decent harvest from it. You know how they say with fruit trees, the first year they sleep, the second year they creep, and then the third year they leap? It's so true. It's on its leap year for sure. I've already harvested. I've been harvesting them the entire week because they don't like come in all at once. They don't ripen all at once. They kind of ripen like days at a time. And so I've been collecting berries because I want to make this cake today. And I'm gonna grab the rest that I see here, which is quite a few. And mulberries, like, they're a little challenging to harvest because you can't really see them from the top. I usually have to like lift up the stems so that I can see them underneath. Some people have more clever ways of harvesting. They will like put a tarp down and then shake the tree. And I guess I could do that, but I don't know. It just seems easier just to pick them. It's kind of fun, actually. Looks like I have collected enough mulberries for the recipe that I'm gonna make. I only need about 2 cups. Honestly, it's very unlikely that I'm gonna catch every mulberry on this tree, and that's okay. I like to share with the birds. I do sometimes see birds out here on my tree having a little snack, but they don't really decimate my tree. I mean, as you can see, I have enough for myself to harvest and to share with the birds, so I really don't mind. That's probably the #1 question that I get asked every time I talk about berries. What about the birds? What about the birds? I share with the birds. I also feed birds in my garden just to keep them happy and to keep them not too hungry for all of my berries. To tell you guys a little bit about the mulberry and how it tastes, the mulberry is basically a blackberry, but it is much sweeter. You know how blackberries have that little tart kind of aftertaste? Mulberry is just all sweet. This is a dwarf everbearing tree, and so the mulberries are much smaller than regular mulberry trees. Some of you probably have those and you're like, wait, mine are so much bigger, why are yours so small? That's just because it's a dwarf tree, and so it has smaller berries, but it doesn't sacrifice any taste. And so I thought that an upside down cake would be absolutely perfect for these because I love upside down cakes and how they allow the berries to really shine through. Instead of being mixed within a cake, like a pound cake or something, they are this beautiful caramelized topping, and I just feel like you get to appreciate the berries much more and let them shine through. So I am so excited. Let's go. Let's get started on this upside down cake. This is a recipe in testing, so I'm not gonna release the full recipe unless it's good. And if it is good, you will be able to find it on my Substack. I think it's gonna be good. I've tried this recipe only with blackberries before. I've never tried it with mulberries, and I'm making a few little tweaks from my previous recipe. So we're gonna see how it comes out. Let's go. Okay, first we're gonna set our oven to 350. We're gonna grab a 9-inch cake pan, not a spring form. We want like a solid cake pan because we're doing the flip maneuver. We're gonna be flipping it over, and you wanna grease it really well. I use butter for this. Like, I just take a stick of butter and kind of like rub it around. You can use spray, you can use whatever you wanna use. For this, just make sure that it's greased really well, because like I said, we're doing the flip thing and we don't want it to get stuck. That would be awful, and that has happened to me so many times when I try to make an upside down cake, and so now I just like make sure that I'm really greasing it good. Also, don't mind the phone. I'm also filming this for short form as well, so that's why my phone is right there. Also, don't forget the sides when you're greasing the pan. Especially don't forget the sides. Next, we need to get parchment paper and we need to make a circle, cut out a circle to go in the bottom of the pan, and then we're gonna butter that too. We are making extra sure that this cake does not get stuck. So just like tear it out and then cut a circle. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, just enough that you can fit it in the bottom there. Grease it again. Next step, we're gonna make sure that we wash our mulberries really, really well. I'm using this big strainer and then it's whatever this is. Just make sure that you wash them really well, rinse them really good. I really don't take off the little stems because that would be so tedious to do. And I mean, they're fine and they're edible and it's not really gonna affect the recipe in any way. So I just leave the little tiny stems still on there. Just make sure you wash it dry and then we're gonna drain them. Next, we're gonna take 2 tablespoons of butter, put it in a small saucepan, and we're gonna brown this butter, and that's gonna be our topping with brown sugar and the mulberries. We're gonna cook this over medium heat for a few minutes. We're gonna like stir it occasionally, and then we're just gonna cook it down until it is like brown and nutty smelling. We're not gonna burn the butter, we're just browning the butter. So it's just a few minutes. So when we're browning the butter, we want it to foam like this, and then it's gonna start smelling like hazelnuts. And that's when we know that it's done. And we wanna remove it from the heat because it'll burn quickly if we don't do that. Usually it takes about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, it's starting to smell like hazelnuts. The color has darkened a little bit. I believe our butter is browned enough for me anyway. So I'm gonna turn off the heat. Now we're gonna pour it right into the pan. Just distribute it evenly. Now we're gonna take about 3 tablespoons of light brown sugar and we're gonna sprinkle it along the bottom. Did not do a good job of distributing that evenly, so we're just gonna smooth it out. No big deal. Okay, now we're gonna take our 2 cups of mulberries and lay them on top. We kind of want to spread them out and get as thin of a layer as possible. We don't want them to be too clumped in one spot. Now we're gonna take the same saucepan and we are going to brown more butter. We're gonna do a whole stick this time, unsalted butter. And the reason I'm doing this is because I just feel like it'll add more flavor to the recipe. My previous recipe did not have browned butter. And if you don't like the taste of browned butter, you do not have to brown it. I just love it. And so I figured, you know, double the brown butter, double the deliciousness. So we're gonna brown this for about 4 or 5 minutes since it's more butter. And then we're gonna kind of set it aside and let it cool for another 5 or 10 minutes. And we're gonna make our cake batter. There's a piece of the butter paper in there. Yum. Once it starts turning this darker color, that's how you know it's close. But I don't really smell the hazelnuts yet. So we're giving it just another minute. Okay, so I smell the hazelnuts. The butter has darkened in color, so I'm gonna take it off the heat. I'm gonna pour it into a cool bowl just to let it cool down a little bit and set it aside. Now the cooled butter is going to go in a mixing bowl and we're going to add 3/4 cup of sugar. Now I'm going to add in 2 large eggs, and these are from my ladies. Oh my god, I suck at cracking eggs. Now we're gonna add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then we're gonna do a half a cup of sour cream. I know that sounds weird to go in a cake, but it is delicious. You can also use Greek yogurt if you would rather. I just love the taste that sour cream gives a cake. Then we're gonna zest 1 lemon. Now we're gonna mix in 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and I'm gonna switch out to using a spatula. Now we're gonna add in 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And then 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And then we're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then just a pinch, literally a pinch of nutmeg. I feel like I may have overworked the batter a little bit and maybe mixed it too much, so beware of that. Your cake will be kind of tough like this, but it's fine. Not all hope is lost. It'll be fine. Now, finally, we're gonna dump the cake out. This is such an awkward way to be holding this bowl, but I gotta do it for the camera. Oh my God, so awkward. Don't worry if it's a little thick. We're gonna spread it out. So we're gonna like just very gently spread this out, being careful not to disturb the berries too much. Now it's going in the oven for about 35 minutes. Okay, we are letting this sit and cool for exactly 10 minutes, and then we're gonna flip it. I'm so excited. And then we're gonna taste it, the best part. Okay, let's do it. Let's see how it turns out. This is always the most nerve-wracking part of making an upside down cake. Just making sure there's no edges that are caught. Still kind of warm, but it's not too bad. Okay. Here we go. Ow, actually it is kind of hot. Actually, maybe I should do this. It's flipped. Okay, now for the reveal. Please, please, please work. Please be good. Please look good. Oh wait, it's like slipping. Oh, wow. It looks perfect. It looks so perfect. We had one berry that fell. Not a big deal. Oh my God, this looks so good. And the paper, actually, I didn't even have to like move the parchment paper off. It just came off naturally. Wow, this might be the best looking upside down cake I've ever made. Wow, I'm proud of myself right now. It looks so good. Oh my God, I cannot wait to taste this. Oh my God, are you kidding? All right, gotta get my photo ops. I am a content creator. And then we are gonna taste this. Oh, I gotta go get my fiance. I gotta like get him to look at this. I'm gonna have to like clean up some of this just to make it, you know, picturesque. Wow, oh my God. You guys gotta get a close-up of this. Okay, we are gonna cut a slice and we are gonna hurry because the clouds are looking a little sketch. Don't want it to rain on me. Now I'm just gonna add a little dollop of whipped cream on top. Usually I make my own whipped cream, but I just didn't this time. So we're using Ready Whip. Oh no, not my fork. Okay, time for a taste test. We're running out of time. The sky's getting so gray. I think it's gonna rain. I didn't know that rain was in the forecast, but let's do a taste test. It's so good. It's so good. It's really perfect. I love that it's not too sweet. Like, this isn't an overly sweet cake, and you can really taste the freshness of the mulberries, and the cake itself, like the sponge is really light and fluffy and moist. Like, it's so good. I honestly think that I've nailed the recipe. I think I'm gonna give it to you guys. I know that I said, like, if it turns out bad and I need to tweak it more, then I'm not gonna do it, but I think I'm gonna put this on Substack in case you guys want to give it a try and let me know. Also, I kind of just, walked you through the entire recipe in this video, but if you prefer written content, like to be able to see it while you're doing the recipe and not have to watch a video, it's gonna be on my Substack, which will be linked in the description. Yeah, you guys see what's happening? It's about to storm, I think. This is so perfect. I'm so happy right now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe to see more videos like it. I'm really trying to ramp up my cooking content on YouTube this year. I know that I've done a ton of cooking content on short form in years past, but now that I'm branching out into YouTube, I'm gonna be trying to do more videos like this. So let me know in the comments what you think, if you like watching this kind of content, if you guys want me to make long form videos like this, or if you'd rather watch it on short form, let me know. Also, you can find me everywhere on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and again on Substack. And don't forget to check out the Garden Girls podcast as well. We drop new videos every single week. I'm gonna go and finish this delicious cake. I'm gonna go give some to my fiance. I feel bad for him because every single time I make something, I'm like, wait, you have to wait. I'm filming it. You can't eat it yet. And I just feel bad for him because I always get to eat it first. So I'm gonna go and share, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.